Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our newest episode of the CATIA Design Talks. My name is Honorata Frings. Our topic today is the usage of our legacy solution, ICEM Surf, at the University of Applied Science in Hamburg. With ICEM Surf, you can create Class A surfaces. It is Bezier-based and mainly used in the automobile sector. We will take a look at the HAW Hamburg, where ICEM Surf is part of the car design studies at the Wagenbauschule, which is the old name for the carriage building school. They just had a very special jubilee, and you will hear more about that a little later. Therefore, I'm very pleased to introduce Professor Jan Friedhoff, who is teaching ICEM Surf and surface refinement for many years. Welcome, Jan.
Thank you, Honorata, and good morning to all. Nice to be here.
Good morning. My second guest today is Thomas Frison, CATIA Design Industry Process Consultant at Dassault System. Thomas brings in many years of experience with ICEM Surf, both as a user and a consultant. Welcome, Thomas.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon.
Good morning. Great to have you with me today, gents. So before we start to speak about ICEM Surf, Jan, would you please introduce yourself a little bit?
Yeah, thank you. I studied mechanical engineering in Braunschweig, and after finishing it 1997, I started directly to work with ICEM Surf in the Volkswagen area. So close to 25 years experience with ICEM Surf now. And later on, I switched directly to Volkswagen, first of all in the Class A surfacing department and then in the concept development department. And since 2012, I'm teaching all the design engineering stuff I experienced with work experience in Hamburg at the Department of Automotive and Aeronautical Engineering. And it are now 10 years education, close to 10 years.
That's quite a long time. Right. I lost my text. Okay, so now you're teaching surface refinement and concept modeling for so many years, and the HAW is one of the biggest schools actually for this concept design for cars and ICEM Surf. Could you tell us a little bit more of the HAW?
Yeah, we're looking back on a pretty big history. The Wagenbauschule Hamburg was established 1896, so we are this year 126 years old with our part of the UAS Hamburg. So the UAS itself is established 1970 as conjunction of several education departments in Hamburg area. And we are the third biggest UAS in Germany, and part of this UAS is our Wagenbauschule, or the follower of the Wagenbauschule.
Right. Thank you, Jan. Thomas, what about you? You worked as a surface modeler for many years. Maybe you could tell us a little bit more about your experience.
Yes, years ago, working for an automotive supplier, and I had a chance to work with surf since the beginning. And before joining Dassault System, I spent 10 years at John Deere. John Deere is the famous agriculture machinery company. My mission was to model the tractor cabin, interior and exterior. So with the guidance from the styling designer, I was able to create the cab model very quickly and precisely, conform to safety, quality and tooling standards. And these surfaces were directly used for the 3D prototypes and the final production models.
Thank you, Jens. Now, let's talk a little bit more about ICEM Surf and surface modeling. What is surface modeling in the first place, Jan?
It's a design of all the surfaces that are visible to the customer in a product, like a car, like a truck, or whatever. And these surfaces have design requirements that have to fulfill all the engineering part of the job, the producibility, the costs, the technical functionality, and also has to fulfill all the styling requirements, that it simply has to look as perfect and as good as possible, that it's attractive and good looking for the customers who have direct contact to these surfaces. So that's on one time the visual contact, and on the other side also the haptic contact, that the surfaces should feel good if you grab, for example, a door handling or a steering wheel or gear shifter or whatever.
Right. And can you tell us a little bit more how the work process at the OEMs works?
Yeah, it works different on different companies. So there are companies that say that is part of the styling department, and they put a little bit more effort in finishing all their styling geometries to a producible matureness. Other companies say that has to be part of the mechanical engineering part, that get a styling input and realize it in a way and modify it in a way that it's producible and functional and fulfills all the technical requirements. And several companies, especially in the European area, are making a neutral department or neutral instance between the styling department and the engineering department, and try to get the best out of both and find the best compromises with all the conflicting requirements that occur if you want to have a car just good looking and don't, sounds too bad, but don't look exactly how the engineering works behind that. So it's not a question of they can't or they don't want. It's a question of intention. Their job is to make it good looking, and the job of the engineers on the other side is to make it good working. And there are lots of conflicts, and if you can manage these conflicts on a neutral position in a Class A surfacing department, then it's pretty good. Also for process controlling, that's the running development process for a car, the first moment where you put together the whole car and the whole requirements and can see what's realizable of all the good ideas on technical and on styling side.
Right. Thank you for the explanation. So you have chosen to teach ICEM Surf. Why?
ICEM Surf is a pretty perfect major tool to design surfaces with extremely good controllability. So you really get what you're doing, and you can control extremely good what you're doing and what the result is. So that gives very good feedback of how precise you define the surfaces and the geometries you want to work with. So, and visual feedback is also a big point. You can see very good what you're doing, and the shaders of ICEM Surf are working very good to identify every lack of quality that might be possible to optimize. So, and the understanding of 3D geometry is also, from the educational point of view, very good to teach the students how 3D geometry works.
Thank you. And Thomas, what would you say? What are the advantages of ICEM Surf?
Yeah, many things comes to my mind. Surf allows you to quickly create very accurate surfaces. It's an explicit geometry modeling tool for creation of complex freeform surface models. It's used for direct surface modeling, for refinement, but also for reverse engineering. The mature user interface is easy to use and highly customizable. It has been really carefully developed over the years to be really efficient and fit for purpose in the hand of any user. The accurate real-time analysis capability helps you to minimize many iterations. I particularly like to use the advanced safety analysis capability, which are really fantastic. We have several different types of diagnostics, like minimum radius, we have specific grill, tornado line, and even floor line detection. And these tools are really great because they give you confidence that your model will not be rejected and returned to you urgently fixed just a few weeks down the line. And I also want to add that even though ICEM Surf is quite mature now, we know that, it is still used to deliver the final shape of the big majority of the new cars available today, and there must be a good reason for that.
Yes. Jan, do you want to add anything?
Most of that is already said. It's the great controllability and precision of all the geometries. It's the visual feedback you get. So the quality of the rendering is that good that you identify every option to optimize the part quality, and that's not given by any other software in this way. So there are other solutions, but this is a pretty good and major solution for that.
Right. Jan, we mentioned it before. The HAW had a very impressive jubilee last year, 125 years. Maybe you can tell us a little bit more of that. You have done some great projects with the students, and you have built a show car even with the help of CATIA, Karosserieentwicklung Turner. Tell us a bit more.
Yeah, so we had, due to the jubilee, several educational projects that get part of our histories. One, for example, was visible a few minutes ago already in the video. So you see this car here. It's based on the drawing of the founder of the Wagenbauschule Hamburg. So it's a teaching drawing that stands behind that from 1920. And we resurfed based on this 100-year-old or more than 100-year-old drawing, and did this job with the third semester of automotive engineering. So they did that, what you see here. So the engine itself is done in a separate study, but the body of the car is done on the Class A surfacing first lecture. So then we have got another project. Anatol Lapin is a Porsche engineer, or worked for lots of company like Porsche, and he made his diploma in Hamburg 1951. And at Porsche, or as he worked at Porsche, he had the Porsche 928 as one of his big projects. And last year, our students took this project of one of our alumni and renewed it and made a new design, exterior and interior, in the master classes of Class A surfacing to that car. So that's what you see here, actually. And then the master concepts class invent every year a new car. And 5 years ago, they invented a very interesting concept with electric-driven car. So that's nothing that special in this moment. But the architecture of the electric-driven platform gives very good package intentions to make a car on the inside really big compared to combustion engines, and on the outside really small. So that has big advantages everywhere. And the other point of that concept idea was make it drive automated in a level 4 design. So that means that the car can drive you completely on its own, and you are free of every responsibility in that time, and you can use the time while the car manages not interesting driving situations, let's call it like that. So if you travel long distances or are in the morning traffic jam to your job or however, you can use the time for you. And that was one special requirement for this car, to design the interior, that you can use this time for relaxing, for working, for having fun and infotainment, entertainment, and whatever you want. So this car concept is developed to a higher grade of mature. We developed it further on several other lectures, project-based lectures, study projects, and more than 300 students worked on that concept up to now. And we put us together with KET, Karosserieentwicklung Turner, and made a show car of this car. So you really can experience the interior idea and the whole vehicle conception in reality, and try out how does it feel to sit in a relaxed position and watch a video on the sky screen, or work with Excel or whatever you want to work with inside the car while the car drives. So the show car doesn't drive on its own, but you can experience the whole idea behind it.
So the show car doesn't have an engine, but it's the full interior and exterior, and for experience, for take a seat and just try it out. We are curious now to see the car, so maybe we can just play the video now. This is a great project, and it's a wonderful opportunity for students. Just imagine you would have had the chance during your studies to really build a car. And if you're now excited and you would like to study car design and concept design for cars, there are some good news for you. There are still a few seats left for the course this year. So if you're interested, just send an email and get more info on it. You can find the link below, by the way. So, and also Jan is doing a Masters of Class A yearly. The next one is coming up on Thursday, and you can join this as well. Just also send an email to this email address below and get an insight how the students are presenting their final works and projects to the audience and get some insights. So now we have heard a lot about the HAW and ICEM Surf, and if you have any questions, you can ask them now. We will try to answer as many as possible of them. So I have one already here. Just let me scroll into the chat. That's probably one for you, Jan, and you, Thomas, as experts. We had the question, can you convert the surface model to volume model and do FE analysis? Can you answer this question?
Convert to surface to volume model. Not directly. I mean, you can't. What you can do if your model is already a closed volume with really small or with no gaps, then you can send it out to other tools. I don't know, like CATIA, for example, and it could be recognized as or you can create a volume of it, but you cannot really create a volume directly in Surf. In Surf, you can only do the surface good enough that it can be understood like a volume in other tools. But no.
Right. What we maybe can say is that, of course, you can use all the tools that the 3D Experience platform and CATIA or the other brands of Dassault System give you when you put the data or upload the data into the platform, right, Thomas?
Right.
And yeah, go on.
I just want to add, yes, in for example, if you take our latest product, the CATIA on the 3D experience, you have a lot of app where you can really easily take those surface and convert to volume and do directly UFE analysis. That's quite easy to do. But you can't do that in ICEM Surf. You have to do that on the in the big world of the CATIA 3D experience.
Right. If we have any more questions, just please do not hesitate to ask them. I need to check on the other platforms in parallel if there is anything left. But while we're waiting for more questions, I would like to announce something as well. If you're curious now and you are based in Europe, for example, we have a surprise for you as well, because we are going on tour this year. So you can join us from end of April to June in several cities. And yeah, let's play the video. So I'm really looking forward to really meet people again, finally, after the years of pandemic where we had not the chance to meet and network directly. So if you are based in one of the cities or the countries you can travel, please feel free to sign up for the conference and we will meet you there. So as far as I can see, there are no more questions. So that leaves me with only one thing to do. Thanks a lot to the both of you for being with me today. And if you want to watch the replay of this talk, please visit our CATIA Creative Design and Styling community. Here you also have the chance to share your projects, discuss with experts like Thomas and Jan, and also watch tutorials for ICEM Surf, but also all the other solutions that Dassault System provides to you. So I wish you a lovely day. Take care and see you next month. Bye-bye.
Thank you too. Bye-bye.
Have a good day. Bye.